Is it possible to use your budget in optimal way in order to maximize returns of investment? In theory, yes. In practice, it depends. Today, we are going to learn about two brilliant mathematics and check theory and practice, but using Atari games and this car. My name is Evgen Bashovy. You're watching Beta 5 AI. Let's roll. Traditional reminder. Over 150 years ago, Russian writer Leo Tolstoy published his book War and Peace. Nowadays, modern Russian authors rewrite this book, and they want to keep their only chapter War. Help Ukraine to write proper chapter called Peace, with peace for everyone. Links are there. And also please help us to create content entertaining and useful for you. Links are there in description. Thank you. Let's return to where we finished at the last time. So here you see this document, which is a little bit adjusted. So what we did compared to last time, we renamed this overestimation to optimistic and underestimation to pessimistic, and also we figure out where we want to be. So we want to have a greater level of expertise, of precision of expertise, and we want to be rather on pessimistic side in order to survive, in order, moreover, to gain some profits. Okay, but our question was like, okay, after 100,000 days, if you have great precision of your expertise, if you're super mega pessimistic, so you're very robust, very safe, you still get like 5,700 out of, or maybe 9,000 out of 100 of budget, which doesn't seem to be very exciting because it is, 100,000 days. Yeah, it is, almost 300 years, right? So it's a little bit too long. Is it possible on the same level of expertise to have same level of expertise, but increase the rate of earning money? Yes, it's possible. But the mathematics we are going to consider now, it is a bit complicated, at least for popular videos such as this is. And that's why we would love to use the analogy of Atari games. What is Atari games? I hope that you could have some experience. It's some games where you have score and you do some things, you have some obstacles, some way, and some targets, right? So imagine the brain Atari games when we have, for example, eruption of volcano. And the lava slowly but surely approaches yourself, so you have to move. So you have to move forward. And you walk forward, you walk away from the lava. And the road may be, maybe steep, maybe straight, so it may go down, go up, so that if you walk this road, then your speed is higher than the speed which is lava approach. This is good news. The bad news that this road has obstacles, and you could go into this obstacle, which takes some time from you to get out of the obstacle and continue your way. Your target is clear. It is you have some distance and the more you go out of the lava level, the more points you receive, and your task is to break the high score. Yeah, you lose if lava reaches you, and okay, game over. So if you go to too many obstacles, then it's game over. Why we are talking about this game is that it is very much like what we did for the simulation of our betting last time. So what we do is walk. So we walk pretty much with constant speed. So we use the same level of energy. If a rod goes up, so maybe the odds are slower, then you go slower. If it goes down, then you go a bit faster. But there are obstacles on this road which you can go inside, so you lose your bets and you spend some time there, and yeah, so you now you're now catching up, right? Good for you. What can be okay? So that's the game. And then you decide to accelerate. Like your task is to break high score, right? So, for example, you know that your level of expertise already affects your way of how you walk. Because if you have too many obstacles, so that your level of expertise is not that good, right? If there are too many obstacles, then you spend too much time there, too long, so that lava reaches you, and this is game over. And now you want to accelerate. So how do we accelerate? We humans take something. Normally we can take a bicycle or something else, but in our case we take a car. Great. Car is great, right? Bring, bring. Yeah, cool. And this car, the problem, the good thing of this car is that it always drives the maximum speed, and its maximum speed, or its optimal speed, is auto-adjusting. So the game is auto-adjusting the speed for you. So if the road goes down, then maybe it releases the pedal. Maybe it goes up, then a bit pushes hard on it. So it's up to the car. It's like in real life, when you have, like, for example, optimal speed for fuel consumption. You normally your car says something like 80 to maybe 90 to maybe 100 kilometers per hour is the optimal speed according to fuel consumption. And this is what your car cares of automatically. So you don't have to take care of this optimality. The bad thing is that this speed is maintained automatically and your car doesn't care about anything else. So if you see obstacles, but your speed is high because road is straight or something, then you cannot slow down, you cannot brake. So you can only go left and right and hope that you are so great driver and could meet all obstacles and be rocket fast and thus rocket far away from lava. Okay, this is example of what we call Kelly mathematics. Okay, let's remember this word Kelly. We will return to it a little bit later. So let's now imagine this car got some brakes, and then you can slow it down. If you release brakes, then it goes to the optimal speed, but you can brake it. You can this will add obviously more robustness to your behavior. This existence of the brakes in your car is called, in our case, mathematics, maybe not precisely by Guy Cattrall, but at least we have to say this name, Guy Catriel, and we will say this is mathematics of Guy Catriel in this video, maybe even if we are wrong. And here, okay, so we have 2K, Kelly and Catriel. Kelly goes for optimal speed, Catriel goes for brakes. Yeah. Okay, and now regarding Catriel, you must also imagine that you maybe can slow down it so that your car drives slower than even you walk. If you see that it is not robust to drive faster, or drive at least at the speed of pedestrian. Okay, so you could be very, very, very robust with it, with this car. And yeah. So before we go to some practice and to some, things more dull, then you could imagine this experiment as something else, not the Atari game, and maybe not the trivial direct comparison with spendings and earnings in your life when you maybe have some lifetime credit, maybe for study or for something, or for your apartment, and you have to always to pay, so you have always to earn more to return the credit and to have some money for your life, for your living. And sometimes you meet some necessity in additional spendings, sometimes fortunate, sometimes unfortunate. It's life, and then your task is to increase your balance on your bank account. So this would be a very, very trivial thing to compare with Atari game, but very untrivial thing, not very untrivial, so a little bit more complicated. It could be, it's like you're given certain points of energy, you have a certain energy in your life to do some good things. And if you do things right, then there is a boost of your spirit, so you're given more energy to do some things. But not all things you can do equally good. Not everything depends on you in the life, so that you could fail to do some things, and then when lava catches you, it means that you lost all of your energy. You are indifferent to your life. You are burned out, and so on. Yeah. So now you may think maybe of Atari games as something more deeper than just pushing buttons left, right, forward, back, and so on. But at least it's a good example. Good. Let's go to some dull things. In previous chapter of our conversation, we used these constant strategies. So we had a balance. We said, okay, it could be 1, could be 10, could be 100 of coins, and we always bet 1 coin. Okay. Then, kind of half of a century ago, this man called John Larry Kelly Jr., he invented a certain math for a very simple case of betting. We are going to use exactly this case. And he discovered and elaborated this technology of log optimal betting. Okay? And this is exactly like your optimal speed for fuel consumption in your car. So that roughly it means that you if you throttle not too much, if you accelerate not too much, then maybe your car underperforms. So it can perform better if you accelerate a little bit more. But if you over accelerate, then a car is also performing not optimal. So there is an optimum and if you over-accelerate or you under-accelerate, it is suboptimal. Same thing appears for bets. So if there is an expertise of the market, let's say the odds of bookmaker, and there is your expertise, and you think it is correct, right? Then you can calculate from these two numbers optimal part of your budget to bet. That's it. Then the Geicatriel, it is a quiz to find the right Geicatriel on the internet. So this man is still alive. Hopefully. He worked on another task, and another task is called, it is classical school problem in theory probability, is called gambler's ruin. Sometimes it's called drunken sailor or something like that. And he, extended the classic theory on the more common case. And this exactly common case is a case of gambling, of betting, where you can, where again, knowing probability of win, your expertise, and knowing bookmaker odds, and also and knowing how much you want to bet, for example, random number, you can calculate probability of you to go ruin, and thus probability of you to not go ruin as the opposite to that. So that practically you can, with these things, you can also calculate. You also can calculate part of your budget, which would be robust to bet. Here mathematics is very simple. So that the more you bet, the less robust your game starts to be. And this is something like brake in your car. So that if you drive a car, you see the obstacle, you see, okay, I seems like I have to slow down to this speed so that I can safely bypass the obstacle, right? So not hit it, but bypass it. As in real life, you can always be almost sure that you can do it, but you will never be sure that you will do it for sure. Too many sure in the sentence, but there is a probability. So you cannot say, I'm 100 sure I will do this. Yeah? Maybe 99% or something, 99,99. Something like that. And if you combine these both technologies, you got a car which in default case runs optimal and not faster than optimal, and still you have opportunity to slow it down to your level of safety. So, for example, some more risky guys can say, okay, 50-50 is enough for me. It's good. Some let's say more safe guys say, okay, I need to be 90% sure I'm going to bypass the obstacle, and the more safer guy could choose. They could choose 80%, 75, 99%. We use exactly 99% in our next calculation, our next simulation. Let's see where it can theoretically go. So we compared now all strategies after first 100 and first 1000 days. So after first 100 days, so like 3 months and 3 years, very roughly saying that. So what is our horizon? What are our opportunities? And you can see that, okay, if you bet like constantly, so you can with 100 of coins, this is your budget, and you bet continuously one coin, then this is maximum you can have by luck, by good coincidences, by any strategies, any expertise, and so on. So this is your maximum, and you see how astronomical things could be in case of Kelly. So you could make like more than 3 millions after from 100, if you're lucky. We introducing brakes doesn't seem that exciting, right? Still, it's better than this behavior. So, still, driving car is faster than being a pedestrian by default. Okay, and now we go to the other side. What's going on about risks? And we also compared risks after 100 days, so this is the first table, and after 1000 days. So you have a budget of 100, and you remember this green zone. It was a green zone from the previous experiments. After 100 days, you see that if your level of expertise is kind of average and you're optimistic, then you will not survive. You will crash your car. Same if you're optimistic, even in a great case of precision, you will still crash your car. And these numbers are always less than numbers of pedestrians, which is again, really good compared to the case of pedestrian and car drivers. So car drivers risk much more compared to pedestrians to crash into something, right? What's going on about Kelly and Catriel? So this combination of good car drivers using brakes, only in this case of average and optimistic, it is better to be pedestrian. But in all other cases, if you see that this strategy is not worse than pedestrian. Same things in story applies here. So you see after 1000 days, so after 3 years of continuous betting, being good, safe driver strangely appears to be better than being a pedestrian. Recall, there is a lava behind you, so it tries to catch you. So it's not like you're driving the streets or walking the streets, and that's all. It's about you want to save your life now. Remember that part of the Atari game. And so that with the car, you have more chances to survive than being pedestrian. If you wanna, of course, use your brakes, because if you don't use your brakes and you're Kelly driver, then goodbye. It was nice to know you, yeah. And this same picture applies also to all this square, comparing to this square and comparing even more to this square. So this strategy appears to be the most robust strategy. You see this kind of yellow here instead of green, which seems to be that this great precision but neutral overestimation level is sort of can be risky. Can be risky in general. So it was fun, but now we come to conclusions. What do we think about this? So first of all, Kelly is exciting. It easily outperforms all other strategies all the policies we considered in theory. But in practice, we have a different level of expertise. And on the market, on the betting market, for example, we are not sure, we cannot be sure about level of expertise. It may be good, it may be bad, it may be temporarily good or temporarily bad. And these temporary things, these stochastics, it can hit you very hard if you use pure Kelly case. So that you can win really a lot, but you can lose really fast, lose everything. Yeah, win a lot, but lose fast. Always, pros and cons. And in this direct competition, we must say the following, that it is more robust to use this Kelly plus Catriel approach. It is still more efficient than being a pedestrian, than betting constant figures. And what is more about this approach is that you see this number 99 here. It means that we chose to be 99% robust from the beginning. If we use here like 0% instead of 99, we go to pure Kelly case, absolutely pure Kelly case. But if we want to, find something in the middle, that probably we can find the optimal number for us. Would it be 50 or would it be maybe not 50 because you're playing like 50-50? Maybe it would have been like 80, maybe 90. It depends on you, your expertise, your expectations, your task, and whatsoever. But this approach seems to be good one. And the good point, that this is approach you will never meet ever on the internet. I will put it as a clickbait. So, thank you guys. And of course, ladies. It was nice to have you here. So, do well, stay healthy, stay with us. Thank you.